The virtual Mekong Basin is based on Google Earth, and users can interactively select the animated story to get the first-hand visualization of the Mekong River. The hydrometeorology of the lower Mekong Basin is monitored at more than 600 manual and 49 real-time electronic stations. Most of the precipitation falls in the monsoon season from July to October. The monsoon starts in the central lower Mekong Basin and spreads outwards to the northern and southern parts of the basin. The upper Mekong Basin provides significant amounts of water during the dry season as snowmelt in the Himalaya. When the groundwater supply from November to February exhausts, the snowmelt begins and bridges the gap from February to June, after when the new monsoon season starts. The highland between Laos, PDR, Cambodia, Vietnam provides most of the precipitation in the lower Mekong Basin by convection as air ascends the mountain ranges. Most of the precipitation will evaporate because of the very high potential evapotranspiration. Only the middle of monsoon season gives a surplus of water. This water recharges the groundwater, and during heavy rainfall surface runoff takes place directly into the streams and rivers, carrying considerable amounts of the sediments. In the lower Mekong Basin, the major part of the annual water yield therefore comes from the central highlands. The electronic real-time hydrometeorological monitoring stations provides data every 15 minutes, detailed enough to follow the tidal water level changes from the delta into the Tonle Sap Lake, as well as hydropower operation, surface runoff, etc. In the Mekong mainstream, more than 400 deep pools have been identified. Deep pools are created where the channel narrows, for example by rock, and therefore increase the discharge velocity, and by forming whirlpools. One example is deep pool number 215, north of Vientiane, where the Mekong River breaks the Korat Plateau escarpments. Pool number 293 is the deepest pool registered at more than 90 meters. Like in the Congo River, many special species may inhabit such pools, and the pools are important refuges for fish during the dry season. During the monsoon season, an area around 50,000 square kilometers is flooded from the plains in Cambodia and the Mekong Delta in Vietnam. This provides recharge of groundwater and feeding ground for fish life. The flow out of the Tonle Sap Lake reverses the water with nutrient and sediment, expand the lake water volume tenfold from 2 to 3 km³ to 50 km³. At the beginning of the monsoon, migrating species leave the lake and prone upstream the tributaries. When the eggs hatch, larvae drift with the river's flow back into the Tonle Sap Lake where they feed and grow. This freshwater ecosystem is the most productive system known in the world. The geology of Southeast Asia is very complex, and it's the fracture that shaped the Mekong River from its source to the sea. The path of the river has changed over geological times and is still influenced by plate tectonics today. The Mekong River has its source in the Himalayas next to the two other major rivers, the Salween and the Yangtze. In the narrow zone, the three great rivers flow parallel to one another in the strip of terrain some 100 kilometers wide by 100 kilometers long. In stark contrast to other large river basins such as the Amazon and Mississippi, the crust beneath the Mekong Basin is comprised of the mosaic of continental fragments or terrains which gives the underlying geologic fabric of basin and its heterogeneous character. The heterogeneity is the result of the long and active plate tectonic history that involved the accretion of mosaic of crucial fragments during the Triassic 250–199 Ma in the so-called Indocenian orogeny, and the configuration of its crucial mosaic which began with India collided with continental Asia during Himalayan orogeny, which began about 50 Ma and continues to the present day. Plate tectonics is still very active today. Tectonic plates collide, divert, and slide against each other. Colliding plates create subduction zone where the one plate dives beneath the other. At such subduction zone, earthquakes are common and can reach 2.9 on the Richter scale. Many earthquakes are of scale 4 to 6. The oceanic plate dives beneath the continental plate. Because of high friction between the plates, they got stuck and the leading edge of the overlying plate gets dragged backwards. Ocean sediments and the top of the seamounts are scraped off oceanic plate, forming a wedge above and beneath the edge of the continental plate. The continental plate deforms and fractures above lock zone as the heavier oceanic plate continues to force it back. Eventually, the overriding continental plate will rebound, causing a great earthquake and tsunami. On December 26, 2004, a magnitude 9.0 earthquake struck the west coast of Sumatra. Between rebounds, even the plates are locked and great quakes occur every 200 to 1000 years. Earthquakes also take place inland the northern part of Southeast Asia. In January 4, 1970, a magnitude 7.5 struck in the Yunnan province of China. In addition to earthquakes, volcanism is frequent along the subduction zone and can also sometimes happen in other places. Real-time monitoring within the hour of earthquake is provided by USGS and can be followed on Google Earth. As continental transform force plates slide against each other, this result is smaller force shocks where energy is released, but sooner or later result is a main shock. This can be seen clearly north of Luang Prabang in Lao PDR, where mainstream of the Mekong flow from west to east, then from north to south, for then to turn from east to west. Stress had built up between the plates, and when released the plates would slide along the fault line with such force that even granite versus melt and smear out like butter on bread, creating silicon side. There are many other interesting geological formations in the Mekong River Basin, like the Bolawan Plateau in Lao PDR, where recent volcanism has taken place. This may also have changed the direction of the Mekong River and some tributaries.